Hello, everyone. Hey, I haven't been doing too much with trains because it's been so cold out, but I thought I would show you some of the new stuff I've gotten over the past month or so since I've been to a train show. So, as you know, I call it from the dispatcher's desk when I get new stuff in. So let's get into it. All right, first thing is this exact rail FMC boxcar with 12-foot plug doors. The Lauren, I hope I pronounced that right, Laurenburg and Southern. And this is from the Evolution line from Exact Rail. You can see it's got really nice detail. It's even got the detail on the railing there. And the reason I got this is it's my understanding that you can see this car up on the Finger Lakes Railway. So I thought that'd be a cool one to get. And also, speaking of Finger Lakes Railway, I've seen this car up there in Geneva, New York. This is just cool. This is Atherin's Ready to Run line. So I don't think it has the, mega detail, but it's fine by me. And there's the end, 50-foot double plug door boxcar. And then I got a whole bunch of, well, you know what, let me show you these first. From Days, Trains, and Things, I got two of these cars. I got to build them. They're Nestle's, with a PS1 boxcars, 50 foot. And on them it says, when empty, return to Fulton, New York, which is just north of Syracuse, New York. And there was a Nestle's chocolate plant there. I don't believe it's still open. But since these would have been in New York, I wanted to snag both these, and they got different numbers. And then I got a whole bunch of Rapido cars. And as you know, Rapido always has high-end details. So that's the model number. So I got two of these. And they're the Amtrak boxers that they used to have. And it's kind of dark, isn't it? It's got these special trucks on them. I don't know if you can see where it has a little right there. Sorry, my lighting's not better. But they have that special little strut. Whoops, there's my flashlight in the way. And that was to keep these trucks more stabilized at high speeds. So I got the Amtrak paint scheme, or their silver, red, and blue paint scheme, and then their green paint scheme. And this has the same trucks. That has that special strut. And you can see all the bottom detail. I mean, these are really nice. I mean, of course, it's Torpedo. And then I got three of their new flat cars. And these are pretty interesting, too. This is the, the F30G flat car. This is the modern paint scheme for a trailer train. So, a tractor trailer would sit on top of these. And the body is die cast. So these have nice weight to them. This is all metal in here. But you get all that good Rapido detail. And this has, the roller bearing trucks on it. And what's interesting is if you get this other models of the flat car, this is the F30D version. What's interesting is you got the conversion trucks on these. I don't know if you'll be able to see these. When they took friction trucks and put roller bearings in them. If I get that any closer. But you can see where they took the, I think we'll do this very well. They took off the covers to the friction bearings, and there's roller bearings in there. And with this model, the early trailer train, you could leave those on, or they give you a second pair of trucks which are roller bearing, like the yellow flat car. And then I got the Conrail maintenance of way model, which too has the converted trucks, little roller bearings inside the side of the friction frame. And there's the let me show you the deck detail. But you know, it's Rapido, so these things are just beautifully done. All right, let me change out and show you some other cars I've gotten. Okay, so here's the second set of cars I've gotten. So let's start with the Walters Proto Auto Rack. And if many of you don't know, perhaps, that Walters kind of started the whole HO Auto Rack market in a way. I mean, there's brass companies and there's kits that you've gotten, but as far as a plastic kit, they were the first ones, and they were kits and they came out, but now everything's ready to run. And you know, they really added the detail, changed the panels, look more realistic. You can see the bottom, a lot more detail. And of course, they cost more than the original kits. But I actually built a lot of these back in the day, so I have quite a few auto racks. Got some nice brake detail there. And then I also got one of the new Walters Proto Evans coil car. These hoods do come off, although the railing's a little delicate. But those who know me know that two of my favorite cars are auto racks and coil cars. Let me get some light on that. There we go. So you can see the detail better. This thing is really heavy. They made I think the frame is all metal, the bottom. Because I thought it had a load in it, but no, it's empty. Let's move that to the side. And then I got two of the Walters mainline center beam lumber cars, I guess you can call them. See the detail on the ends. Not a ton of detail on the bottom, but really nice print on these. And I got the CSX and the trailer train version. And these are really nicely done. Let me show you the roof too. All right, let's move the other side. And I finally got the last passenger car in the series of the, let me look real quick. This is the large window coach of the 85-foot Bud cars. So I have the whole set, and I'm planning to have the Rapido First Day E8 when I get that in to pull this set. See if you can see in there. There's an interior, seats and stuff. It doesn't light though. You can get a lighting kit for it. And then I got this 50-foot Bath and Hansport Railroad Company car with flashing rear end device. And that does work in DC and DCC. So that's pretty cool. The only thing I don't like is the road number is 25105. Other companies have made 105. It would be like, couldn't Bachmann done 104 or something like that? But oh well, I'll have to change the number on the other one. And finally, of my new cars, I'm really stepping up in the world. This is my first new brass car. I have other brass pieces I bought used, but this is the first time I ever bought a new one, and I really wasn't looking for this car per se, but I got it from Dave's Trains and Things. I just thought it was cool, and he offered it at a price I couldn't say no. So I said, what the heck. But that is, you know, I don't know if I want to paint that. I kind of like the look of it in just brass. But I mean, it's really, close, nicely detailed. The roof hatches. Alrighty, so let's see the locomotives I just got. Okay, first off, I got this Bachmann. It's DCC but no sound, and it's a RF16 shark nose in the Baldwin Locomotive Works demo paint scheme. See if I can get that little binder. A little more light on there. And I just love the shark. It's kind of light, but you know, not a ton of detail. But it's just a cool engine. And maybe someday I'll put a sound in it. But for now, I just, you know, it's not the smoothest running, but hey, it's cool. All right, next up is an IHC Mother Hubbard, also known as a Camelback. You can see the cab is in the center. And I got this from Days, Trains and Things, and this, I just love Camelbacks. They're such a cool steam engine. Now this came with metal handrails and brake or coupler levers. You know, they're chrome, and these things didn't have chrome, so I did go ahead and paint flat black the levers on both ends and the handrails, just so it would look better. Let's see if I can zoom in on that a little better for you. But yeah, this is just too cool. And yes, I still buy DC engines, because when I build a layout, or should I say when I build a layout, there will be DC and DCC living together in harmony. Here we have the Scale Trains rivet counter SD45 in the Lackawanna 1976 paint scheme. And if any of you were around back in 1976, like I was, if you recall, if it didn't move, they painted it red, white, and blue. Or even if it didn't move, they did. But I have a caboose that matches this somewhere. It's packed away. But I have a lot of fun memories as a kid in 1976 and all the craziness. So I really wanted to get this one. And as always, since it's Scale Trains, you know, it's got really fantastic detail. There's the front. And this is sound, DCC and sound. I'm not doing a very good job. I'm trying to stretch around the camera. Now, if you want to see more of this in, you really go over it in a fine-tooth comb sort of thing. I don't really do reviews. I just show you stuff. I let other people do reviews. I'm not a nitpicky kind of guy. But if anything I'm showing you, you want to see in more detail, let me know in the comments, and I'll make a video showing you it in much more detail, because I know there's a lot to see on a Scale Trains locomotive. All right, we have another Scale Trains rivet counter engine, and this is the SD40-3. And it's an upgraded SD40-2 that CSX made. And they put on their, so we get a better view, their square, very square cab. So he's kind of got the nickname SpongeBob Square Cabs. And once again, this thing is just beautifully done. Get down there. And like I said before, if you want to see this, want me to really go over this and show you all the little bells and whistles, and so to speak, let me know in the comments, and I'll give you a much more detailed video of this engine. I mean, this is not a new release. I mean, it just got put out, but they've made this model before, just different road numbers. And it has a very interesting sound file to it, because it like shuts down and starts up again when it's idling. And finally, this beauty. Now this is by Bachmann. It's an ALC42 in the first day paint scheme, which means the first day Amtrak went to operation, they had an E8 which when I get one, I'll show it to you. But it was in this paint scheme. They just quickly painted it, and this is, you know, to celebrate that first day. And, you know, normally I don't have a favorite, and people say, what's your favorite engine in your collection? I really don't have favorite engines per se. You know, like my favorite all-time engine is a nickel plate Berkshire. But, you know, I love all my model trains, and then again, I've never found a train I didn't like. But this thing is an amazing. I'm blown away by this engine. I mean, this part here lights up when you put it on the track. And yeah, maybe another company would have done just a little more detail than Bachmann, but this thing is so well done. You can see the dust I have on it. Nice and crisp print. And it's got more sounds you can shake a stick at. It has 5 arriving and departing messages. You can change the horn sound, the bell sound. You can change how the lights work. Like, way it comes, the headlights flash when you ring the horn, or if you turn the bell on, they'll oscillate. And it has marker lights in the front, so if you're running reverse, it goes red. If you're running forward, back end has the red marker lights. It's fairly smooth, not quite as smooth as the scale trains, I'll say that. This one I think I'm going to do a detailed video on, because I love this engine. I can't say enough good about it. I mean, if you're thinking about getting one of these, don't think about it. Get one. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I'm really amazed. I think Bachmann really hit this one out of the park. And like I said, had somebody else made it, like Rapido or Scale Trains, there probably would have been a little more fine detail, maybe a little more detail overall. But still, this is, I think, an amazing model. And I can't wait to show it to you and let you hear all the different sounds and stuff. But today we're just going to go over all my new stuff. So like I said, and there are other paint schemes this comes in. I don't know offhand what numbers they are, but like I said, I don't think you can go wrong. Okay, and finally, this is kind of funny. A buddy of mine who's followed my channel since the day I started it has started a used car company in town called A&W Auto in the greater Binghamton area. And he called me up, we were talking, he says, hey, you looking for a car? And I'm not really looking for a car. But then I said, you know what, being a smart ass, I said, yeah, you know, I am looking for a car. He's like, great, what are you looking for? I said, I'm looking for like a 1940s Oldsmobile sedan. And he's kind of like, what? And I said, yeah, and 1/87 scale. He's like, oh, figures to be for your trains. So, you know, you know, just being a smarty pants and whatever. Well, then this shows up at my door, and it's a 1941 Oldsmobile sedan. Who would have guessed an actual car dealer would have found me one in 1/87 scale? But hey, thanks, buddy. So I got to build that, and that's going to go on a little diorama that I was going to make for Christmas that I never got around to. But I thought that was just too funny.